Hello, everybody. I am the Assistant Dean and Head of Department Chemistry with Vidya Mandir Medical, right? And welcome you all to this very short video, right, which I have made on chemical bonding and molecular structure. You know what we've seen in the past 10 years on how this chapter has behaved, right? And it's very, very important for us to know, what all portions we have had questions coming from. What all do we have to do, in our revisions when once we are re-revising the chapter. Your study should be more focused. It should be smart study, and it should be more focused on what all areas have been hit by NEET in the past year. So I want you all to study these chapters very well. At the same time, study on a more organized note, right? So what I'm just asking you to be is a little more systematic, in terms of what you have to revise and how that has to be revised, right? So great. Just give me a moment. Let me just screen share. Excellent. Right. So friends, this chapter on chemical bonding and molecular structure, if I look at the fact sheet, oh my goodness. Now you look at the fact sheet, there are 5 questions from this chapter in 2013, right? 3 questions in 2014, again 5 into 2015, just 2 in the repeat paper, 4 in 2016, 4 in 2017, 5 in 2018. Oh my goodness, 5. 2020, we've had just 2 questions. And last year, 2021, we again have had 5 questions coming from this chapter. Oh my, this is more like a whopping chapter because it has got lots of things common with P block, D block, right? Inorganic chemistry, S block, in fact, right? And chemical bonding has its tentacles spread into the entire of inorganic chemistry, as well as lot of portions of organic. So I will instantly rank this chapter as being rank 1, right, on a very important chapter and cannot be left. The chapter length is also quite a bit, but the happy part about this chapter is that all subtopics of this chapter, like lattice energy and Fajans rules, ionic bonding, particularly Born-Haber cycle, or topics like hybridization or resonance, VSEPR, and molecular orbital theory, right, are some things which hydrogen bonding, dipole moment, is something which most of the students can very, very comfortably and easily do. I won't say it's an achievable chapter. If you ask me, this is more like a jackpot chapter. If you have done this chapter properly, you can score as many as 4 or 5 questions correctly, which means that you will practically be through the chemistry paper. If you ask me, even a single question has got such massive importance, and where you get 4 or 5 questions coming from a chapter, it's honestly, this is whopping, right? Okay, let's look at what questions we have had so far, right? I can see these 5 questions coming from chemical bonding in 2013. Which of these is electron deficient, right? Even the boron compounds are electron deficient. So this can have a link with B2H6 or diborane, right, in P block, but that's fine. There are questions which are gray, cannot be put under black and white conditions. So which of these molecules does not have any pi bonds? This is something which is based on structure, right? Making structures, making bonding structures. XZF2 is isostructural. So this is again on hybridization and structures. Dipole-induced dipole interactions, this is again dipole moment, right? And which of these is a polar molecule is again dipole moment. So dipole moment and hybridization is my pick, for 2013. Great. 2014, which of these has plain triangular shape is again hybridization. Dipole moment once again. And which of these has same hybridization as the combustion product carbon dioxide. Okay. So hybridization and dipole moment so far. Then we have questions on bond order. So this is MOT, molecular orbital theory. Okay, another on bond order in the same paper. Again, isoelectronic and isostructural. This is again hybridization. Excellent. So hybridization, dipole moment, and some MOT, molecular orbital theory. This is solubility of alkaline earth metal sulfates in water, right? This can be linked to some lattice energy, but this can also be a part of S block. Okay. Maximum bond angle is present in which of these is more like VSEPR. Which of these contains equal number of sigma and pi bonds is again hybridization and structures. So I can see even in chemical bonding, the examiner is more focused on one side. Okay. Decreasing stability, this is again molecular orbital approach. Not isostructural, this is again hybridization. So we kind of narrowing down on things. If you look at 2016, we have seen one question on hybridization, VSEPR. This is again VSEPR. This is again hybridization. So you can see that questions are more, linked towards hybridization, VSEPR, we kind of list them down, right? We'll list out these top topics so that we know. Once again, isoelectronic and isostructural. Bond angle is again VSEPR. Bond order is MOT. So when you are doing chemical bonding, you know which all topics to give more importance. This is again hybridization. 2018, you again see a question on hybridization. Structure of ClF3 is again hybridization. Ionic character, this is the first one which I have seen on Fajans rules. Right? Again, bond order is MOT. This is one question which is a little bit on, how electronic configurations interact. So you can call this ionic bonding very typically. Sigma and pi bonds, again, structure and hybridization. This is VSEPR again. Okay, so I'm kind of narrowing down on my listing work. Permanganate ion is tetrahedral, right? So this is again hybridization. Square planar distorted octahedral, this is again hybridization. This is molecular orbital theory, again for pi bonds. Okay, great. I'm like, it seems we do not have to do the entire chapter, right? Which of these molecules does not exist? This is again MOT, molecular orbital theory. Zero dipole moment, we have again dipole moment or polarity. BF3 is planar. 2021, this is last year. Hybridization and number of electrons around this. Which one is covalent and soluble? This is again a little bit on Fajans rules. We had an assertion reason, coming in 2021, which was on the new pattern. So that's a little bit again on acidic strength and bond strength. And one again on hybridization. And one again on dipole moment. So believe me, if you look at this entire chapter, there is no other rank which I can give apart from giving it rank 1. This seems to be an ultra important chapter. Even though the chapter on chemical bonding is lengthy, but sections are very easy to assimilate and practice. So friends, this is more than an achievable chapter. And believe me, on my ranking scale, I have put this on, roughly 4 questions per NEET chemistry paper from this chapter, which is a whole lot, which is massive. I'm like, it's more like a volcanic chapter. So you can see questions coming from Fajans rules, which was practically just once. Loads and loads of questions coming from hybridization, VSEPR, molecular orbital theory, and dipole moments. Now, these are the 4 chapters, 4 topics, which you have to thoroughly revise, thoroughly practice, because I am pretty sure, the pattern that we've seen in the past 10 years is what you're going to see in the 11th year as well. Okay, I'm certain that the 11th year is not going to be topsy-turvy. It's not going to be 180 degree on a U-turn. So it's going to be kind of similar to what you've seen in the past 10 years. So don't take this chapter lightly. It's lengthy. There are more number of sections, right? So it does take time to complete these chapters. But honestly, if you ask me, I think this chapter is almost achievable through any student. It's very easily achievable and can very easily be assimilated. So I haven't seen any specific questions coming on resonance. Ionic bonding, there was one very poor kind of question, so I will not even count that. Resonance, ionic bonding, lattice energy, Born-Haber cycle, except for one, which I've seen here, which I don't even count. I can probably put that under P block. Average of 4 questions per NEET chemistry paper from this chapter, which is a whole lot. Many questions could have a direct or indirect link with inorganic too. But overall, this is a rank 1 chapter. Okay. And super important from all standards, the stake of this chapter is major. Believe if there are 45 questions in a section, then 4 questions means that roughly this chapter is taking a stake of 10%, in the chemistry paper, which is beyond comprehension, right? So rank 1 chapter, friends, and don't take this chapter lightly. Bonding is something which you've been doing since early years of your life, in your school time. And it's very easy to assimilate, bonding and how structures are made. All you need to do is just polish your concepts a little bit, improvise on your studies, make them a little more focused, right? And give this NEET a good shot, right? From this chapter particularly, which is amounting to nearly around 10% of the chapter, so which is a whole lot. So periodicity combined with chemical bonding can put you on a forefront of, kind of doing at least 5 to 6 questions correctly, which is huge, right? Which is huge. Now, this is general chemistry, so I don't think this is something which you should be leaving. So chemical bonding and molecular structure, according to me, will be undoubtedly one of the most important chapters, as far as NEET preparation is concerned, right? Wish you all the best for your coming NEET, right? Thanks very much for listening, right? And hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.